Okay. So, let's see, I think we're all here. That's going to be here today. It looks like. If you're all loaded up in Roll20 and ready to go, then let's just go ahead and begin the recap.
Who's doing recap?
Oh,
Or did it last? Or did we have one?
there was no
You remember?
it was session 1.
Well, yeah, but. Alright, I can do it. Let me just find the page. It's on. Okay. So we started in Whitmore with the festival going. There's a bunch of vendors, there's a bunch of stuff going on. Festival type vibe. Aspen's walking around and she joins or goes into and wins an arm wrestling contest with the captain of the town guard, Nina. And then that's where she met Vizier and just started walking around. Kappa sold an amulet of daylight to Elias, and then Lan comes running up looking for Elias, and then just runs off again, but luckily they find each other. And then they meet up for the Twilight Bell that goes off. It's all very magical and pretty. That's when Battle of the Bards starts. And Sienna gets second place for her awesome performance. And that is where Sienna, Aspen, and Vizier meet up. And then they go to Four Kappa's vendor tent. And we buy a, what was it called? Like animal summoning. Flute of Bestial Summoning, which is basically a dog whistle. But it's amazing. Then we're all in a tavern, the Hearthstone. We all get food and we're all just hanging out. And then there's some weird flute music going around. And Lan sees some shadows in the hearth. And then a bunch of disgusting bugs, insects, come barging in and attacking. Ezekiel got the how do you want to do this? And then Elias is all frantic talking to Lan about needing to do some ceremony type stuff. And then outside of the tavern there was more massive swarm of bugs just going through and attacking the festival. And then we're sheltering down in the tavern. And that is where we ended.
This map's a little small. Hang on, let me fix it. Or the grid's a little small, that is. That should be better. Okay. Cool. Nice. Bigger. Okay. Just had to reset tokens real quick. All right, so you're good. We'll open up and um, before that, hang on, let me make sure. All right, take 1d4 of inspiration. Aspen.
Cool.
All right, now we open as the festival seems to have um seems to have kept going. To be honest, you look outside and you open the door, and many of the people don't seem to be um affected by the swarm of insects that just passed through Whitmore. It seems most of them seem unaware that something even took place. But you do see a great number of people also sort of pointing it out to some of the city watch that are throughout the festival grounds, and it looks like they are inspecting the Twilight Bell as well, since that was a concentrated area for the insects, or it seemed to be, according to Elias when he looked outside. And as you guys take refuge from the swarm of insects that appear to be wafting around Whitmore, you find yourselves in the Hearthstone Tavern. What do you wish to do?
Lan is going to look at um, Elias and he's kind of patting his quads, his thighs. He's going to be like, okay, so you mentioned the ceremony. Do we want to go ahead and do that now? Because you made it sound kind of important.
He looks around. Yes, it would be wise. First, we're going to have to get to the nearest rift, and you see him sort of looking around in just odd directions in the tavern. His gaze changing ever so slightly.
Lan's going to look at him. What are you looking at?
You look closer at him. His eyes are softly glowing this blue color. I'm looking for a vein disturbance, other than the really strong one that I feel nearby. And it looks like we're out of luck. Okay, we'll have to use that one. His eyes shift back to normal. All right. Well, closest rift is the one in the Whitmore Cemetery. If we go during the day, the gravekeepers won't be there to stop us. People could ask questions, though, and there could be people there, so it could be a little weird us using the vein to conduit ourselves to the spirit world. In either event, we'll have to head underground once we get to the mausoleum.
All right, I'm cool with that.
Aspen's gonna turn to Kappa and it's like, are you absolutely weirded out by this dude? He seems like he knows what he's doing, but what he's saying makes no sense.
Yeah, no, none of this makes sense. I don't know what any of this means, and it just seems a little sketch because there's no details. And why do we need to do it at a cemetery? That seems odd.
How do we know he's not the one starting this or entailing this? Seems like he knows what he's doing, but like, you also weirded out by the dude. So I guess kind of do like an insight check on Elias, just sort of seeing.
Sure, make an insight check.
Oh, wisdom is so low now. Oh, normal, regardless. Advantage or disadvantage? It's now 6. So, because I'm trying to see like how trustworthy he is, or
Well, the thing is, you indeed do not you do not detect that he's lying, but you really don't have any knowledge of this spirit world he talks about.
Alright.
So you're not sure what to believe, but you did see the insects that you all fought, so this is the first you're hearing of a spirit world or anything related to it.
Gonna turn to Kappa and maybe I guess Ezekiel's will hear too of it, but like I guess we'll go to the cemetery, see if he needs help with it, or if seeing how things are happening, so we can just stay on top of it.
I mean, I guess we can just. Mr. Hagenbachenbach always used to say, I don't fucks with dead people, so, makes me a little nervous going. Seems like it's just asking for trouble, trying to get into the spirit world in a cemetery.
Well, seems like a logical place where spirits might dwell.
Elias nods. Yes, that is correct. However, the cemetery we're headed to isn't just a place where the dead rest, okay? It's much more than that. You see, Whitmore Cemetery was built on a powerful convergence point, where the veil between the material realm and the spirit realm is at its thinnest. It's a sacred site, originally intended to keep the veil strong and protect our world from the dangers of the spirit world. He pauses and looks around at all of you.
What is this talk of going tomorrow? It's important. Shouldn't we go in it now?
You guys hear sort of a rattling from the kitchen, and then someone comes out from the kitchen and steps around from the bar and looks around as you see him sort of toss the crushed body of a Malachi insect onto the floor from his hand and sort of wipe his hand off on his on one of the table napkins there. As Taven exits the kitchen, Visitor, go ahead and repeat your question.
Why is there talk of going tomorrow? If it's important, shouldn't we go now?
Well, we can go now if you wish. It would be wise to go in daytime, where the gravekeepers aren't there. And perhaps we could encounter less spirits doing what we call a veil hop, which is essentially taking the rift that opens in the twilight hours So I think spirits will be more spirits will probably ascend from the rift unless we do go now. So I suggest that we do. We'll wait till nightfall. We'll cross the rift once we enter the mausoleum, where the rift's location is. Elias says, yes. If we go now, that would be wise. We'll at least scout the area out before nightfall. Be very smart.
Lan is gonna turn and point at Taven. Be like, hey, did you see any weird looking phantom ghost bugs? Is that what you just crushed?
Could be muted, Taven. Not sure. You see
Taven look
Yep.
at Anne and say, yes, that's exactly what I just crushed.
Okay, cool. Then if you can see him too, you should probably come with us. This is our group. I'm Lan, and I'll let everyone else introduce themselves. I'm Lan, and that's Elias, and Lan will point to Elias. Yeah, we're gonna go meet some more dead people, apparently.
Aspen's gonna stick her head out like from the doorway and it's like, "Hi, I'm Aspen."
Greetings. My name is Taven.
After Taven exits, you see some of the people that were sort of scared by the event are sort of that come out of the kitchen as well and go back to the tables they were at and stuff and get their belongings, and then they sort of in the background they begin to sort of pick up whatever they had left at the tables and leave. I'll just drag their tokens out here in case you want to talk to any of them, but they intend to leave shortly. So you see them run out and start grabbing everything up. They're not like looting the place, but just taking their stuff. You see this goblin gentleman, he grabs a broom and starts and he does this little unseen servant spell, casts an unseen servant, and you see this broom start lofting up on its own, and it goes over, and he starts cleaning up some of the mess, the broken glass and so forth. Elias looks over. Which of the four are you currently, at least? He lights this sort of rolled up looked like a some sort of joint that he's lighting up and smoking in front of you as he asks that question in your direction, Taven.
Which of the four? That's a very complicated question.
Really complicated.
I am all four.
Oh, okay. And you see Elias sort of smile curls. He says, well, I think I agree with Len here. We certainly could use your help.
Well, I'm
That's
on
very
my way to the Water Kingdom up north, but I'll be more than happy to assist.
great. I am not necessarily part of this group or whatever it is. We all just happen to be in the wrong place at the right time. If spirits are ascending from the spirit world through the cemetery and beginning to make their way into Whitmore, then we have to do what we can to protect the Twilight Bell's integrity. Also, while we're there, we can complete the wrapping for dear Lan here. So, two birds with one stone sort of thing. I like it. He looks around. I think we can do it. Would you all be willing to help me and Lan on this short venture?
When you say wrapping for land, you mean like wrapping like a present or like wrapping like a bunch of words?
I mean, in the ceremony sort of thing. It's a you see, my dear friend Lan here is undertaking a ranking ceremony. And I'm the one who is to bring him to the spirit world where it has to be done. So when we get there, I'll be beseeching upon a spirit from the spirit world to wrap themselves around Lan and become one with him. That is, of course, if he lives. That is, of course, if I decide that he has proven himself. He's a very gifted. I've heard he's a very gifted lad, so I'm not worried. And he sort of smiles down at Lan, sort of smirks, takes another smoke. Go ahead, Furcuppa.
Forkuppa's gonna look at Aspen and be like, so like the present kind, it sounds like.
Aspen's gonna be like a thumbs up to for Cup. It's like, thanks for the explanation. It's like, well, there is strength in numbers and protection, so
Well, there are things I can't tell you about the ceremony itself. Well, to be honest, I just don't know. I know what my role is in it, and when I get him there, it's something I assist with, and that's it. My role will be done. And then hopefully we can come back to Whitmore and have a drink. Maybe even close up the rift the spirits are using to make their way into Whitmore. Elias begins to sort of brainstorm with you all, and then he heads over and grabs a bottle, fills up a cup from one of the random tables, and begins to drink some of the ale.
Lana's gonna come forward and he's gonna be like, I've seen guys that have survived the wrapping ceremony. It's super fucking cool. And then I've also heard about the guys that didn't survive. Not super fucking cool. So, fingers crossed.
Ezekiel is gonna hold up his hands while Lana's talking and be like, "Explain survive. What do you mean?"
Lan's gonna kind of look over his shoulder at Elias, and then he's gonna kind of like lean forward. He's gonna be like, okay, so survive as in they're still breathing. They don't become a permanent member of the spirit world. That's what I mean by survive. But it's okay.
Yes.
You're not in danger. I'm not in danger, but, you know, I'm the one taking the risk here. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Elias looks over. The good thing is, many of the spirits that cross over the rift have never been to the material world before. So they don't know where things are weak. They don't know anything about Forlonde when they get here. I've been stationed here to keep many of the spirits at bay. I do actually some of my best work from the cemetery, but the rift is getting wider. I've managed to keep it minimal, keep relative peace in Whitmore until tonight, as you saw.
Might want
So-
to slow down drinking that beer for a minute so you can explain.
Okay, so he'll share one with you, and he says, "Well, in order to perform the Wrapping in Shadows ceremony for Lan, we need to reach the Temple of Twilight Vale, which lies just beneath the mausoleum that you'll see when we get there. The temple was designed as a sanctuary where rituals like this could be performed safely without traveling directly into the spirit world, which is what I'll be attempting before we make the journey. It takes on the energy from the veil itself to empower the entire process. I am the only one who can speak to the spirit. The veil is a little weakened in its state, so that's good for us if we want to pass over. It means we shouldn't encounter much resistance. But you never know, which is why I could use all of your help. If the insects are nesting somewhere at the cemetery, for example, then I'll need all the help I can get to eliminate them and exterminate them from the site, which is something I'm prepared to compensate you for if that's a problem. He sits down on the bench and sort of takes another swig and then smokes again.
Well, I mean, I'm obviously ready to go, and I'm not getting paid, but I don't want to be paid. This is part of, like he said, part of my promotion within my group. But yeah, I'd love to have the rest of y'all along.
I'm always down to do something that'll help protect people, so I'll come along too.
Lan is going to kind of lean over to Ezekiel and kind of wrap his knuckles on Ezekiel's chest plate, look up at him and be like, "What about you, big man?"
Ezekiel will slowly look down at Lan, and he'll just go, "Ugh," and he'll just grunt, and he'll take his sword out of his sheath and put it on his shoulder and signify that he's ready and willing to go.
I'm starting to think for our man of few words here, when he pulls his sword out, I'm starting to think that means yes. So, all right, our tank is ready.
Sounds like an event that could use some music.
Always down for some music, so we got some music. And then Lan he's doing finger guns as everyone's saying yes. And then he'll point over at Four Cuppa. "What about it, Four Cuppa? You down?"
I mean, it seems safer than wandering off home by myself, so I guess.
And don't worry, we'll come up with some story for Mr. Mr. Hockenbacken. Haagen-Dazs, there you go. We'll come up with some story for Mr. Haagen-Dazs.
Okay. sounds great, Elias says. If you need to make preparations, then I suggest you do so now. Otherwise, if we head out, we could get there just before. A few hours. We should be able to get to the cemetery a few hours before. Oh, actually, you know what? I totally forgot. It's fucking nighttime in Whitmore right now. Damn, I fucked up. Yeah. So it's not the morning. I was assuming it was the morning. So it is nighttime. You guys can go to the cemetery tonight if you wish.
Lan is gonna ask Elias, sorry, I kind of spaced out a little bit. Did you say, is it better for the wrapping ceremony if we go at night or go during the day?
Well, it's a double-edged sword, you see. During the day, there could be fewer obstacles in the way of spirits that are crossing over from the rift. The rift gets wider at night. That's the only difference, and more creatures can pass through. On the other hand, the wider the rift is, the easier it is for me to find, and the louder my language, my spirit language becomes. Which means I could probably convince the wrapping entity to cross into the material realm, and we can do it within the confines of the temple below, which is its original intent. If we go during the day, it could be weaker. I may not be able to reach the spirit from just the coalescence of the temple itself, so we'd have to pass over into the spirit world and do the ceremony there.
Gotcha. Well, it seems like everyone's kind of amped up and ready to go now, so yeah, I think we stick with our original idea and we go now.
Okay. Very well then.
When Lan says that, Ezekiel will walk over to the door and start moving the boxes out from away from the door back to where they were up against the wall right here. And he'll kind of stand sideways towards the door, waiting for people to start walking towards it.
All right. So you guys begin to make your way out, and you sort of set out. I'm assuming no one protests, of course. You set out into the town again, and it's getting late, it's not been a whole lot of time that you spent. It's not been a whole lot of time that you spent during that battle and then talking to Elias and so forth and meeting Taven. You guys begin to make your way north across the bridge up here and into sort of the forested area that veers off to the left, and it's sort of a mountainous terrain mixed with forest, but there is a path that you follow with Elias, and you all begin to make your way out of Whitmore, where the party is dying out slowly, and you pass beyond the boundaries of the Twilight Bell. So you just sort of pass through it, kind of like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon did when they went to the underwater Gungan city. You just kind of pass right through it without any resistance. It does ripple, like it ripples as you pass through it, but you don't feel any effects or anything of the sort. And you just begin to make your way towards the cemetery, which is roughly 15 minutes away or so on foot. All right. Give me just 1 second while the maps and stuff are loading up. You guys have 15 minutes on the road with Elias to fill the dead air with if you want, and I'll be right back. All right. So you get to an area that you're sort of walking through the forest, and you hear a stream of water up ahead as there's a bridge. It's a bridge that Whitmore has built over the river. A little narrow, not too narrow, about about 30 feet wide or so maybe three of you could fit on the bridge. Like if you lined up side by side. And it's got three lanterns that are illuminating on the bridge itself, and the water's fairly fast moving underneath the bridge. The area itself um, begins to get cold, and you see some of the shadows begin to thicken in the trees beyond the bridge and on the side that you stand. You can drag and drop your token as you did before onto the map, and you'll see what I mean. From the journal, just drop yourselves there, and then position yourselves where you think you would be as I describe this.
Can Ezekiel bring down his greatsword from his shoulder and cast light on it?
What spell? I'm sorry. Light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do is you take out your great sword and you coalesce the cantrip into the blade. It lights up, begins to glow. An additional a 20-foot radius around you. Let me go ahead and set that on your token real quick, so that you're emitting light. All right, 20-foot bright light. Additional 20 feet of dim light. Okay. Boom. There you go. You're lit up.
Is it supposed to be like a radius thing? Because nothing changed on mine. There we go. Okay. Thank you.
That should depict it for everyone. As Ezekiel's sword lights up, it lights up the bridge even more.
Aspen's gonna be just in the back, making sure everyone gets across and watching everyone, or just watching behind them so nothing can like sneak up on them or just come up from behind them.
Okay. So you're sort of looking around, and the leaves and stuff seem very still, but you see sort of these coalescing shadows on the cobblestone on the not cobblestone, whatever the stonework is on the bridge, sort of coalescing at the end of the bridge.
Since we talked about the shadows, can I look suspiciously at the shadows? Be like, or like see if the shadows are the same type of shadows as was in the tavern?
Perception check.
Well, it's still great, you guys. It's gonna go so well.
You can't tell.
And then I'm just gonna continue just looking around behind us just to keep doing that.
David, I'm fixing your token real quick. because it is fucked up. There you go. Y'all wanna y'all wanna go into initiative now, or do you wanna just sort of play it out? As you gaze across the bridge, Elias seems to be trying his best to use his senses as well to feel out any potential spirits or threats that may have crossed over already. He doesn't look particularly. When you look at him, though, he's just doing it passively, just looking around. He doesn't seem to be alert or anything. Y'all want to do initiative, I guess?
I just did it just in case we did.
Yeah, we can since it's the map, you know. Doesn't bother me. All right, Elias, you're first. So he'll start crossing the bridge. There slowly, and he's just sort of looking over at the water, actually just looking down into it, see if he can see anything. Sienna, your turn.
Um, I will, I guess, also move forward 30, and then can I cast dancing lights to try to give us more light?
You very well may do that. Give me a second. Let me should be a lights folder I'm trying to enable for you guys. So you can just um pull it from the, yeah, here we go. I can
I
make
think
this
I want to
available.
make it like one light instead of 4 separate lights.
Okay, dancing lights. Let's see. 4 separate lights, right?
I want to do it so it's combined, so it makes about the form of a humanoid medium-sized creature. That's what it says.
Oh, you can't, yeah, so you can make one big one, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather just have one big one.
Okay. Vaguely humanoid size form. Sure. Yeah, we'll just so one light, one big light, one medium-sized light. Let me make it. Well, no, it's already okay. Yeah, so one medium-sized light. Now, since it's medium-sized, um, you can combine the 4 lights. So when you combine them, it doesn't make it brighter.
Oh, well, I just want one to control anyway. I
Okay.
don't want to move 4 lights around.
Okay. Let me give you control over this sheet. Uh, so you can pull dancing lights from the journal and drop it down. All players. Yeah, sure. Dancing lights should be under the dynamic lights and spells folder in your journal. Now, I already pulled it onto the map, though. You should see the light in front of you, roughly, somewhere there.
So I can cast it up to 120 feet away.
Yeah, you can drop it 100 if you want to
Okay.
cast it. If you can see that far, yeah. Can you
Oh.
see the area that you're dropping it 120 feet away?
Maybe not. I mean, not necessarily that I wanted to do it that far, but I guess, let me move it back to see where I could see before it would like disappear. Okay. Well then, I guess we'd go about here initially, and then I'll use my bonus action to move it a little bit farther.
Sure.
uh, probably about there.
Okay.
And I guess that'll be my turn.
As the light sort of hits there, the shadows retreat to the through the trees and the rocks, and curling around the bottom of the lanterns at the end of the path. Azir, your turn.
There, and that'll be it.
Orcapa.
Oh, so 25 is as far as I can go. That's it.
Okay, Taven.
We'll move there. And I'll end my turn.
Aspen.
All right. Aspen's just gonna go next to Lan right there and stay there. And that's it.
All right, Lan, you're up. People are crossing the bridge and slowly just taking their time. What do you want to do?
Lan is
Hold
gonna
still. Let me check your token.
holding.
That's right. Yeah, it should be because you are that. There you go. Boom.
Cool.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Lan will just kind of move forward slowly while kind of keeping an eye, or just not keeping an eye, but kind of looking around. 20, 30, he'll end up right there, and that'll be his turn.
Ezekiel.
He's going to walk over here, and he kind of wants to look towards the edges of the light and see if he can discern any spirits or anything that are creeping at the edges of it.
All right, perception check. You do catch sort of a distorted visage of a mastiff, sort of standing in place way back here. But it's sort of um doesn't seem to be like one image, but it's more than that. It's like split up into three, just on the edges of the light. But it's just shifting in place. You can't really make out if it is a hound-like creature or not.
He's going to point it out to everyone just in case, even if they can't see it. He's going to point that general direction, and he's just going to say, "There's spirits creeping at the edge of the lights. Don't want to go outside the radius of the lights. Be careful." And he's going to say that and be done.
All right, Elias will move up to here, and he's looking in that direction. You see him. You see him reach in his pocket and pull out this engraved wooden hilt. He's just holding it sort of in his hand and looking in that direction. Sienna, on your turn, you all begin to hear the sounds of this flute sort of carrying on the air, just like you did before. Sienna, what do you want to do?
Well, I kind of want to pull out my flute and like try to copy what it's doing.
Interesting. Um, okay. Performance check. You find it difficult to nail the notes. You do seem to nail a few of them, but it's really difficult to get them out where the water rushing underneath the bridge is so loud. So the sound just doesn't seem to be carrying right from your flute. However, the sound of the flute on the air seems to be harmoniously going effortlessly. So you give it a shot.
All right, and then I'll move up and maybe I'll move my light a little bit too. Let's look this way. All right, I'll be done.
Okay, Fizzier.
Okay, I'm going to use my phase step of the day to go here and ask Aspen if she wants a piggyback ride.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay on the ground and protect the rear.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
No problem. You're way back here by yourself. We're all like up there. I will just walk back up here. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Is that it, Fizzier?
We.
All right, for Kappa.
She's just gonna walk up and trying, without him noticing, hide behind Ezekiel, like peeking out a little bit, but hiding behind him, using my nimble escape bonus action to just hide behind his legs, and that's it.
Okay, roll stealth. All right, Taven, you're up.
All right, Taven's going to pull out his two sides and put the blades in between his pointer finger and his middle finger and hold it like that.
Okay.
And he is going to move there and then his turn.
Okay, Aspen.
Alright. I'm just going to walk up behind the group. Just keep going to 25. And you actually have to count squares. I don't like it. And it's 25, and that's my turn.
Okay, Len, you're up.
20. And that'll be it.
Ezekiel.
He's going to walk there and he's going to keep eyeing the area over here where he saw the spirit dog, not spirit dog, and he's just gonna keep looking over there, make sure nothing happens, and that's it.
All right. And on your turn, the flute sound begins to sort of wave through right after Elias ends there, and he sort of looks around. You hear this growling coming from behind Aspen, and this abyssal like howling from the woods behind. And in front, you see these shadows coalesce from underneath the lamps, and they begin to take form in front of you. And immediately turn to you as underneath the rushing waters, these two spirits arise on both sides of the bridge and let out this shrieking howl that vibrates on the wind. All right. Let's get them on the map. All right. No, this guy's supposed to be middle right there. Okay. Sienna, it's your turn as the spirits coalesce and surround you. What do you want to do?
I would like to flare at both of them.
Okay, which the ones to the north and south of the bridge?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Are there more? Those are the one. Okay, yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
realize there were more.
the specters, the purple specters.
Yes, the purple things. I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, there's an enforcer. So yeah, I was talking about the purple specters.
Creatures. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, those are specters. Go ahead and so it's glare. They have to make a wisdom save. Each of the specters. Okay, that specter does not get that 4. I don't know why that's on there. It's not blessed. But that's in case it gets casted blessed. It's on there automatically. Okay, but just ignore that. It doesn't have blessed, so it gets a 10. The other one gets a 13. All right, so what's your save DC is 13. So the one to the south made the 13. Okay, so he succeeded. So he doesn't get affected by it, which this was just to hinder his actions, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Takes no actions, doesn't reassess his life choices. So the one to the north is doing that. He only failed it by 3. Okay, he didn't fail it by 5 or more. Nice. So he can't take an action his next turn, right? Okay.
I believe so.
All right. So you play this spell out. Well, I guess with your flute since you have it ready, and you see it has the desired effect on the specter to the north of the bridge there.
And oh wait, I can do Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, right? I think. Yeah.
Should say so on your sheet. Like you should be able to. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure that's how that works. You use your bonus to do it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. I guess I will. One second. Let me read this thing real quick. New to this, so I need to read what my thing does real quick.
Hard to choose with so many players and allies. It's like, damn, who really, you know?
Okay. Going to apply this, and I will give inspiration to Land.
Oh,
And he can
nice.
share it with somebody within 5 feet of him.
So yeah, Lan, you can choose another creature within 5 feet of you to share your inspiration with, which would be Taven as the only option.
Then I will choose Taven.
Okay. So Taven, you also are granted Bardic Inspiration. As
And that is a D something, D6. Yeah.
yeah, as you guys see, sort of Sienna's artwork coming to life in her magic. All right, so you each have a inspiration die. I think it's D6. Anything else, Sienna?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. This specter is going to fly up to Fizir and attack you because he was not hindered. So he's going to try to life drain you. So let's see what happens here. Creature, then you make an attack. Okay, so you brief flash of light or otherwise distraction, loud sound. Disadvantage. Okay, so he has to do so with disadvantage as you briefly try to distract the specter from trying to attack you. 11. Okay, so that misses. All right, now it's your turn. As the specter fails to get past your distraction and attack you.
All toll the dead.
Toll the dead on the specter. Okay. Wisdom saving throw. All right, that is a 2. It fails. So it's going to take, as not missing damage, so it takes 1d8. Let me read its sheet and see if it's, let's see. Damage immunities, necrotic. So it's immune to necrotic damage.
Oh well.
As your 48 goes to impact the creature, because it does hit, it seems to have no effect.
And then I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay, for Kappa.
Knee-jerk reaction for Kappa's gonna shoot a firebolt at the thing in front of her right here.
Okay.
She thinks it's scary. Range spell attack. Roll the 8, guys. Doing great.
All right, that will miss, of course, as the firebolt passes through the shadowy form of the creature.
And seeing that she missed, she's gonna take a few steps back because she's just like, well, shit. Come here, and there's another thing back there. That's terrifying. And she'll be done.
Yeah, right behind you is a Shadow Mastiff.
Did not see that before. So that's fun. That's it.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Right. All right then. Do. And there's the hound. I think I got a picture of it. All right, cool. Taven, you're up.
All right. Taven is going to use one of his eyes and throw it at the Shadow Enforcer.
Okay. The one in front of you at the end of the bridge or behind you? That one? Okay. That'll hit.
Full piercing.
Okay.
And then he will sheath his other side. And he will use his Hand of Stone as a bonus action. I'm encasing my hand in stone.
All right.
Unarmed strikes.
All right. So the earth and soil sort of coalesces as you bend it up from beneath the cracks of the bridge. Sort of encases your fists.
And then, now, how do I do this? Is there a thing
Well,
on there? Is it
Well,
strength?
took your bonus to do it, so I don't
my
think you can make any. I don't think you can make any more strikes.
Is there a thing I hit for unarmed strike next turn?
Could be an unarmed strike attack on your sheet. If not, we'll make it real fast.
I don't see what
Earth
Anyway,
tremor catapult. Okay, let me make it real quick.
that's going to end my turn right there, though.
Okay. There you go. It should be on your sheet now. Hang on, let me add the bludgeoning. There you go. That should be right. Okay. And you in your turn there after casing your fists?
Yep.
Aspen, you're up.
Alright. I am going to rage. Do it correctly this time. I remembered this time. And then I am just gonna run up to the Shadow Mastiff and start attacking it.
Okay, you run up to this medium-sized Shadow Mastiff.
Sweet. Do that. 23
That hits.
for 11.
All right. So yeah, you hit the mastiff and it sort of jerks to the side a little bit. Anything else?
Let's see. Sorry, I can remember that. I'll do it. Then that's it.
Looking for rage. There it is. Okay, land.
Lan is going to rush this Shadow Enforcer with his, as he draws his katana, and he's going to take a swing.
Okay.
Oof.
Yep. So passes right through his shadow form.
And Lan is going to say, "Oh shit," and that'll be his turn.
Right, Ezekiel.
Okay. Ezekiel is going to come here and he's going to use Divine Smite on this Shadow Enforcer.
Okay.
Hopefully this hits. 23
That hits.
for 11 radiant, 9 slashing.
Yeah, the 11 radiant seems to do full damage to him. Your form shifts, and he sort of growls in this abyssal sort of language.
for Ezekiel?
I think I might implement funny things that happen to you if you get a failure. Or I might introduce, like, it might be a tier system, like levels 1 through 5, you'll get some funny things since you're so low level. I don't want to break your weapons or anything, but, like, beyond that, it'd be more serious stuff. Like 5 to 10, it'd be, or 5 to 7, it'd be more, severe penalties, and then so and so on. Could be something fun to introduce, but I don't know, we'll see. Now it's the Spectre's turn. So he can't take actions because of Sienna. Now, how long does that last again? Let's see. The glare.
I think it's just their next turn.
Next turn. Okay, yeah. So just this next turn. So it pretty much takes up his whole turn. He can't take actions. He can move though, right? He'll be able to move.
I believe so.
Yeah, he can move. All right. So he'll move up here to you. And now it's the Enforcer's turn. So he is going to attack Taven. Let's see. So he gets to make 2 Shadow Blade attacks. So he's going to swing at Taven with this shadowy blade. 20.
Oh, that hits.
All right, 7 points of necrotic damage. Do you have your reaction back? You should, right? Because you, yeah, because you, yeah, you did. That's right. So, he will make this attack roll again. At a 14, does that hit?
That hits.
It does hit.
Yep.
All right, 6 necrotic. So, when he hits you with the Shadow Blade, he gets to try and life drain you. So make a con save. All right, you make the save. All right, he gets another Shadow Blade attack on you. 20, that hits.
Oh, that hits.
4 necrotic. And con save. For the life drain. All right, you fail, so that's going to be, unless you have advantage for some reason I don't know of. Let's see, roll.
You do
so
have
you lose
that, the...
Bardic Inspiration.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'll use
The D6. Thanks for that. I even forgot about that. So that's what, 14?
Yep.
On the con save. So that makes it. So you don't lose 3 hit points. Very cool. All right, Elias, your turn.
Ignore that. I don't know why I hit that.
That's okay. Okay. See. I don't know why Elias' sheet is like bugging out for me. Finally, it loaded up. Sorry, guys. All right. So, Elias, is going to let's see. He's going to pull aside the hilt and coalesce his spirit energy into this sword hilt, and this spirit sword sort of springs forth from the hilt as he puts both of his hands on it and begins to run up to the Shadow Enforcer that Lan is fighting to help him out. 23 spirit sword. Alright, that deals 11 force damage to the Shadow Enforcer. So he sort of feels the impact from the spirit sword. this glowing blue blade just sort of glowing from the hilt. Alright. Alright, Shadow Mastiff's turn. Oh no, he can hit with the spirit sword again, because Elias has multi-attack. Forgot about that. Another spirit sword attack, that's a 9. Okay, he misses. Mastiff's turn. Alright, so the Mastiff is going to attack Aspen. So he's growling and sort of growling in your direction. He's going to try and bite you. 11?
Miss.
Okay, can only try that once. Now it's this Enforcer's turn. So he is going to attack Len, regardless of Elias attacking him with the Spirit Sword. So Len, here he comes with 15.
That does hit, but I'm gonna use. Is it this?
Got a ninjutsu. Target bound attack. Okay, so yeah, so he'll miss as you flash step, like ninja vanish from one area 10 feet away.
Disappear right behind him.
Okay, and he's going to turn and try to attack you again. 23.
That hits.
All right, 10 necrotic damage. Make a con save, please. 13. You are inspired. In case you fail. Okay, you make it. All right, Sienna, you're up.
Alright, I am going to butterfly effect the one in front of me.
Be charmed. Which one? The one in front of you, the white?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a red dot off him. He's not supposed to be. Let me check his sheet, because a lot of specters from the spirit world are immune to charm effects. Condition immunity is charmed. Yep, so he's immune to this. So your butterfly flex spell targets him, but it completely has no effect on him.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Now you know though.
Well, we can all enjoy the pretty butterflies for a second anyway.
There are butterflies that are harmoniously coalesced from her flute as she plays. I'm assuming that's what instrument you play it from.
Yeah, at least, I guess, since that's one I have out right now.
Right.
Is that the dog?
So yeah, these beautiful butterflies, it just floats in the direction all around and swarms the wraith, but has no effect. So it's at least cosmetically pretty, but still no effect. Anything else?
I guess I will offer some more inspiration to Ezekiel, I guess.
Okay, Ezekiel, you have 2 allies within. Does it cost anything to use your thing again? Your dual whatever it is?
I don't think so. I can post it again.
It takes 2. As far as someone. Okay, yeah, you can do this. Yeah, you can do this in a million every time. So yeah, you can do this every time. All right, cool. So Ezekiel, you have 2 choices.
On who to inspire alongside me?
Yep.
Davin.
All right, Taven, you get the inspiration from the song once again. As this time, harmonious butterflies fly over from the spell's effect. All right, Sienna, that's all, I guess. The Spectre is going to...
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. The Spectre is going to try to attack Fizirs. It flies right there in front of him. He didn't have disadvantage, so 23. 23 Fizzer, is that a hit?
Unfortunately, that's not even a really good question. Everything's gonna.
You don't have your reaction back yet.
And I'm just having to help everything on down.
I can't. Dude, I can barely hear you. You're so quiet. I got you turned up to 200.
I'm just editing my health.
Okay, so that's non-necrotic and make a con save. Okay. So your hit point maximum is reduced by 9, and it'll last until you take a long rest. All right, now it's your turn. Feeling the sort of willpower drained from you from this specter Fizzer, as sort of howls in your direction in this abyssal sort of language. What do you want to do?
Firebolt?
Fire bolt, sure. You are melee with it, so it'll be at disadvantage. Alright, but it still hits with a 20. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. So, the firebolt does actually impact the spirit and sends off some of it as a time to slowly regathering itself in that area.
Just gonna stay where I'm at.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Workuppa?
Indeed.
Seeing that it worked for him, I'm also going to shoot a firebolt at it, at the same one. See if mine works.
Okay.
Probably not. I'm not good at this. 12. That tracks.
That just hits.
Oh, does it? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Can I add the Fury of the Small as well, as long as they're bigger than small and applied? I'll boost it.
When you damage a creature with an attack or a spell, this counts. Your charge is larger than yours. You're small, right?
Yep.
Yep, so this would count. It's medium.
Cool. 2 points extra.
Alright, 4. Well, I mean, it's dude, at this level, it's something. So,
Yep.
It pierces the wraith. So yeah, you make contact with this wraith this time, and it sort of goes near the same hole that Fizzer made with his firebolt.
And she's just gonna try to press herself as close as she can to the wall and try to hide again.
Go for
My
it.
bonus action.
Yeah.
11.
Okay. Taven.
Alright, well, I'm going to ask a question before I do it because I'm actually not really sure how this works. So, my intention is, because I have my fighting style options, which is unarmed fighting.
Yep.
Does the 1d6 stack on top of the Hand of Stone?
Let's see. 1d6 plus your strength mod. No, it wouldn't like double the damage. If that's what you're asking.
Okay.
I think it switches it from, because you'd be proficient in unarmed striking. I think just as a monk, right?
Yeah. I mean.
But yeah, I mean you could so you could have an unarmed strike Hands of Stone attack as well, which could be a separate attack line on your sheet. So yeah, we can set that up. That's a good question.
Well, I wasn't sure because, like I said, I've never. This is all.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna figure
So
it
that
out.
one's set up for dexterity. That unarmed strike right there.
Okay.
Let's set this one up for. Let's put its Hand of Stone.
Because the Hand of Stone should be a strength.
A strength attack of 1d6, right?
Yep, 1d6 plus my strength modifier, which is currently 2.
5 feet. Okay, and damage 1d6 strength. So okay. There. No, it's bludgeoning, right? Of course, yeah.
Yep. Alright, well, I'm going to rear back.
There you go. There you go. Set it up.
Try and uppercut the shadow enforcer right in the chin.
Okay. So stone fist him. Oh shit! So yeah, you boom. You direct hit, 4 bludgeoning.
Cool. And then I'm going to retrieve my sai that I have thrown.
Oh wait, it should have rolled crit damage for you. It didn't. Roll damage again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1d6. Yeah. There you go. Okay, 7 points of damage. I was like, okay, I gotta set the crit modifier on it now. Now that it reminded me. Go ahead and do that. I didn't expect. Obviously, something I forgot.
Well, I mean, we can expect to kind of hit critical first.
Crit 1d6. Yeah, crit 1d6. I say crit 1d6. Okay, sure. Now it's there. Okay, cool.
Well, I'm going to retrieve my sai, and then I am going to...
I'll say if your weapon's on the ground, it just takes 5 feet of movement to retrieve it or something like that. Maybe. Well, no, that's kind of stupid, ain't it? Nah, never mind. Fuck that. It's a stupid rule.
Well, that's alright. I'm going to end my turn right there anyway.
All right, Aspen, your turn. They're like, shut the fuck up. Stop making the game harder. Go ahead, Aspen.
Alright. I'm going to recklessly attack the Mastiff. I will one day remember all these things at the same time. But
Okay,
I'm going to
reckless
recklessly
attack.
attack the Mastiff.
Okay, roll advantage.
12!
That just hits.
Yay! Ooh,
Okay. So you hit it again. It sort of yelps a little bit and recoils and shakes its head and begins growling at you again.
gonna growl back at it as the bonus action. Not like a legit bonus action, but yeah. It's gonna growl
Hey.
back at it. And that's it.
All right, intimidation roll. All right. All right, Land, your turn.
I'm going to take another swing at the Shadow Enforcer.
Okay, go for it. You try to follow through with her spirit sword cut through cleanly, but its form reforms, and this time its shadow form hardens in a strange way and sort of parries your katana.
Lan is just going to kind of come back, and he's going to look down at his hands and the katana in his hands, and he's like, maybe I should have paid more attention to the sword fighting class, and that'll be his turn.
Hey, Ezekiel, you're up.
Ezekiel's gonna take another swing at the Shadow Enforcer in front of him.
Okay, that hits.
23. For 7.
Okay.
And let's see, is there anything else I can do? I don't think so. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay, the Spectre is going to attack Sienna after she tried to charm it. 7, that misses. Shadow Enforcer is going to attack Ezekiel. It's going to turn to Ezekiel and attack you with its Shadow Blade. 10, that misses. And then 16, Ezekiel.
16 is my AC.
Okay, so it just hits. 6 necrotic. Check your sheet and make sure you don't have some sort of paladin ability that makes you immune. But otherwise, you take 6 necrotic, and I need to make a con save. Okay, you fail. You're inspired, by the way. Which I don't think that even if you rolled a d6.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's
gonna
no way you
roll
could.
it.
All right, so he heals 3 HP. Okay, okay, cool. Elias's turn. So he's gonna take the spirit sword and swing at the enforcer again. That will hit. 10 force damage. Okay. I need to turn that off. Nobody cares. Alright, okay. Now he's gonna swing with the spirit sword again. And that's another hit. for 11 force damage. All right, so Elias is like it's trying to cross blades with him in front of you, Lan, but you see Elias, his spirit sword completely chops off the hand that was carrying the sword, and it dissipates in shadow right in front of you, as it reforms on its other hand another sword. Elias seems to be cutting into the enforcer in front of you, living up to his legend. And now it's the Mastiff's turn. It's going to attack Aspen, and it gets to with advantage because you did so recklessly.
Yes.
That's lovely. All right, well, let's see what happens here. It only gets to bite once, so it may not even hit. So let's see. 23, that hits.
Yes, that hits.
All right, that is half of 9,
So,
and I need you to make a strength saving throw, which you have advantage on because you're raging.
Can I? No, that makes it.
It does make it. I think you get advantage on saves with rage. Pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, it's not just a
Advantage
ability check.
on strength saving throws. Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, I was just making sure. I thought
Yeah.
that's what it was. All right, cool. Yeah, you make it. You just make it. So you're not knocked prone. All right, now the Enforcer's turn. So the Enforcer's going to turn to Elias and attack him, since he definitely cut off one of his arms. He's coming for Elias with the Shadow Blade. That's a natural 1. That'll miss. And a 9. That'll miss. So Elias, you see him hit Elias's sword can actually parry against the Shadow Blade. As you see him parry both sword attacks with great skill. Sienna, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna do vicious mockery for the specter in front of me, and I'm gonna say, miss me. Now you gotta kiss me.
All right, vicious mockery on the one in front of you.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you can hear. Okay, I can hear you. Yep. So wisdom saving throw. All right, that is a 12. So he fails.
Oh, I just put it in chat. I didn't roll it. Do I just roll a d4?
Is there not an attack roll like
There is,
modifier?
but I keep just posting it in chat, and I keep. Or I guess. Oh yeah, it probably is on.
It might be an attack
There it
roll thing.
One.
Hey, 1 point of psychic damage. As you mock it. Anything else?
Um. That's an action, right? Yeah. I guess so.
Okay. Vizier, you're up.
Is the other specter dead?
No. No, why?
She was up to.
I don't think any of the enemies have died yet.
Is the one below me goes before I do?
Yeah, he's still alive, yeah.
I don't want to bring this out of history.
Hang on, man, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, the specter below me.
Yep.
Goes before I do. And he didn't.
Oh, that's right. I skipped his turn. You're right. Sorry. Shit, I can barely. Let me turn you up as loud as I possibly can. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see what he does here. So he will attempt a life drain. 18.
That is.
Okay. 13 necrotic.
Yeah.
All right. So you go down.
Below zero.
It doesn't take you below your maximum, right?
Yes. I only had
All right.
12 max hit points. It took 8, 9 plus 9. I had 12 left.
Okay. So 12. Let's see. So you had 12 HP when he hit you with that attack, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. So. Oh, right. Because you would automatically fail the con save, it reduces you to 0. That's right. So you So what you guys see happen to Vizier is he gets hit by the life drain attack. And his soul is actually ripped from his body, Shang Tsung style, as the wraith consumes it and lets out this loud scream as this pop of power surges through it, and it moves over to Ezekiel. All right. Rookuppa, your turn.
Like you had to follow the rules, William, and remind him that he had a turn. Since it seemed to work kind of well last time, we're just shoot another firebolt at the same one. Hopefully, trying to do something. Nat 20!
Definitely hits.
And we'll do the Fury of the Small again, because why not? I have 2 of them.
Okay.
Oh, 12 damage!
Pretty good. So. All right. You hit with 12 damage, and it's actually starting to look weak. The Spectre is.
And seeing what happened to Vizier, I'm gonna try to hide again up against that wall of the bridge. Because I got nothing else.
Alright, stealth. Saving your turn.
6.
I want to. I'm gonna use my war fan, and I'm gonna take it from my belt and sling it upward, and try and slash vertically from its midsection up to the top of its head.
Alright, 13. On the Enforcer, that will not hit.
Oh, I still have inspiration. Can I use that?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to add 4 to it.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
8 slashing.
Alright. Alright, you cut into him. Just looks down at you, sort of coalescing with Shadow.
And then I'm going to sheath my war fan back. And I'm going to move back, which I know he gets an opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, he will definitely take the Shadow Blade opportunity. 15. Will that hit?
It hits.
Alright. 7 necrotic. Alright, now you're there. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Alright, Aspen.
Alright. I am going to again recklessly attack the Mastiff.
Okay.
25.
That hits.
17 damage.
That is just enough to cleave through the Mastiff as he dissipates in shadow. Howling as the howling sort of disappears as he dissipates.
And then going to run over to here. 10, 25, I can. And that was action movement, and then you have just bonus action yell at the spirit. Roar, I guess. Roar at the spirit.
All right, intimidation. Lan, it's your turn.
12. Can I add my recap inspo to that?
Yeah, sure.
So I can use it. D4. 4, 16.
All right. So yeah, you when the spirit looks over to you, seems like it's shifted its focus entirely to you.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Lan, you're up.
Take another swing for the enforcer.
That misses.
Fuck it. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
13.
That misses.
And that'll be it.
All right, Ezekiel, you're up.
Okay. He's just gonna swing again at the Shadow Enforcer.
All right,
16
that hits.
for 8.
Okay, you cleave into him a bit. Seems to be resisting your attacks much more than perhaps a physical creature would.
Of course he is. And then that's gonna be it.
All right, this specter is going to drain Sienna, or try to, 6 and miss. This enforcer is going to attack. Let's see, Ezekiel. Twice with the Shadow Blade, 10 that miss, and 8 that'll miss. Elias's turn, so he's going to try to finish off the enforcer with the Spirit Sword. That will hit for 10 points of force, and it does indeed cleave through, and he rips the sword out. As he makes his way up to this specter and attacks it with the Spirit Sword, and I think, what's the specter's AC? 12? Yeah, it is. So that hits. And you see this Spirit Sword go through its chest from behind Sienna as you see Elias approach and attack, and deal 6 points of damage. Now it's your turn.
Well, since magic doesn't seem to be working so well for me, I'm going to attack it with my rapier, I guess.
Okay.
Wow.
That'll miss. Welcome back to level 3, y'all.
Yeah, this sucks. Let me see. Guess I will give inspiration to Aspen.
Okay, and Aspen, you are near Ezekiel. If you wish to share your inspo with him.
Yes, I will share the inspo.
All right, so you both have inspiration. 1d6. Anything else, Sienna?
No, I will just wallow in self-pity.
All right, so Aspen managed to get the attention of this specter as it's hanging on to its last limbs. Now, your previous enemy was recklessly attacked, right? I think.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so
recklessly attack.
So 10 will miss anyways as it tries to hit you. Prokoppa, your turn.
Since I don't have a whole lot I can do, I'm going to. Where did that go? Do firebolt again, because why not? At the Shadow Enforcer. 22.
That'll hit.
7 damage from fire. And hide again.
All right, you managed to do quite a bit of damage to it, as it's the enforcer seems to be weakening as well. As you hide, Taven, your turn.
Oh, you're gonna like this next one. All right, so he is going to focus his concentration on the rocks.
Yep.
On any that is 5 pounds, and he's gonna catapult it at Shadow Force.
Okay, so the stone gets catapulted straight towards him. He has to make a dex saving throw. That is a 6. He fails. And he...
Right to his face.
It does. It goes right to as he looks over at the last second like... And boom! The rock, for a couple, you see the stone just take off his head, and the rest of his form just disappears as you kill him in the most hilarious way ever.
That ends my turn.
Aston, you're up.
Going to recklessly attack the thing.
All right. I've never seen somebody get killed by the catapult spell. By the way. All right, go ahead.
I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, nobody ever uses that spell. That's so funny. All right, what happened? Zeke, what the hell are you doing?
I've misclicked. I'm sorry.
Alright,
I don't know
Aspen.
what I clicked.
22
That hits.
for 9 damage.
All right, you manage to cut through just enough to, and it screams out and as it dies.
Let's see. Okay. Then get in the face of this one and read it for my bonus action.
Okay.
For whoops, 8 normal.
All right. So you try the same tactic on it. Land, your turn.
Um, 10, 20, 30. I'm going to take out my short bow and try and shoot it in the face.
Okay.
24
That hits.
for 8.
All right.
And that'll be it.
All right, Ezekiel, your turn.
Okay. He's gonna move there, and he's gonna swing at the spirit. Uh, 8. I'm inspired, correct?
Yeah, you are.
And that's a D6 or a D4?
D6.
Fuck. Okay, and it misses anyways.
All right, so it just misses. Yep. Anything else?
I'm going to be sad, and that's my turn.
Okay. The specter completely ignoring you, and Elias is going to make one more attack towards Sienna. 13.
That just hits.
Okay. 16 necrotic. Make a con save. As you guys look, Sienna's hair and her form is sort of being pulled in like Dementor style from Harry Potter, and her skin begins to get pale. All right, and your maximum is reduced to 16, Sienna.
Yep.
What was your maximum?
I had a max 26, so I'm still
Okay.
alive.
Still alive. Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. That's it for the Spectre. Elias' turn. So he's going to take his Spirit Sword and try to stop the attack. 20 and natural 20. Nice. He's got Dungeon Master powers. All right, 11 points of force, and that is just enough for Elias to shove the Spirit Sword into its spine and feel like this uppercut and splitting it in half, and the spirit is destroyed by Elias' Spirit Sword. He swings it to the side as it sort of disappears lightsaber style into the hilt, and that is going to be the end of combat. All right. At the end of combat, when Elias finishes off the Spectre, let's go ahead and take our break, since it is break time, okay? All right, are we all back? If so, let's continue. So as the Shadow Enforcers dissipate, you guys notice there are a few items that drop from their forms and sort of cling to the ground on the bridge.
Cup is gonna yell at Elias and like, Elias, you do dead people spirit magic shit. Can you help Vizier? Is there a way to bring it back?
He runs over while he looks over Fazir's sort of soul sapped corpse is just laying there lifeless, and he looks over. Okay, if he's shit, yeah, I think I should. And he sort of sheaths his tree bark hilt and pulls out this golden scroll and unfurls it. These divine runes light up on it, and he speaks this language to it, and that none of you recognize. It's from the spirit world. And it's almost like he has a brief conversation with someone who's standing right next to him, but you guys can't see her. And he's sort of like, "Yeah, I know, I understand." And he finishes speaking the command on it, and you guys see Fazir's soul is reaped out from the spirit world where it was heading and placed and um, sealed back up within Fazir's corpse, and life breathes into it. You're at 1 HP.
Cup is gonna step closer and cast Cure Wounds on him. Once I find my spell. Hold on.
Okay.
Nope. It's 8 HP, so it's something.
Did I take a nap or something? What happened?
You're nearly a permanent resident in the spirit world, my friend. And Elias helps you up on your feet.
Okay, yay, we won. Woo. Good job, guys.
Elias looks around. Well, we now, I guess we know now it's not just insects. He takes a pipe out and lights whatever this leaf that he's got crumbled up into it, lights it and smokes, takes a hit from it. Meanwhile, there are items on the bridge that fell from the enforcers.
Lan is going to go check those out.
There was an enforcer over here, correct? Did this one drop something?
There was one right here and one right here.
Oh yeah, on the bridge there's two items. One looks like this dagger as you walk up to it, and the other one looks like this amulet. And next to the amulet is this potion vial. It's red liquid in it.
Taven would like to pick up whatever item is here where the guy he beheaded.
The dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pick up the dagger, Taven. And Ezekiel, I guess you pick up the amulet and the potion,
Sure, yeah.
or whoever. It doesn't matter. But that's what's there amongst the loot.
I'll pick up the amulet and potion.
Okay. Otherwise, there was nothing else besides this odd-looking cipher just laying there, and Elias has kneeled down looking at it as it's sort of softly misting this shadowy spirit energy off of it.
Lan is going to approach Elias and say, what do you have there, Elias?
He tilts his head to the side. Not entirely certain yet. Takes another hit from the pipe, like a deep one, and his eyes glow this the blue of his spirit energy sort of begins to sort of steam off of him as he enters this sort of deepened state as he looks at the cipher. But you see Elias channeling his spirit energy into this cipher. Eventually, the shadows are consumed by his spirit energy and then dispelled from the cipher. And now the cipher lays there on its own, and Elias sort of picks it up. Alright, it's purged now. He hands it over to Lan. There, you're gonna need it.
Can anybody tell me what this dagger does?
For Copper will hold out her hand and I can do it. And I know how to figure out what things are.
Do you mind?
Yeah, I can do it.
Thank you.
And she'll ritual cast identify. Cause I have that.
Alright, so 10 minutes elapse, and you eventually do identify, what was it, the dagger?
Yes.
Alright. So the information becomes available to you. I'll put it on the sheet. And now when you reload the dagger, it should have the information about what it does.
For Copper's gonna be like, essentially it does the stabby stabs. does it very well.
Very well. And Taven will equip it.
All right,
And
so
put
you
it on
equip the
his
Shadow
board.
Dagger. Very well. Doesn't take an attunement slot. It's just a simple, still just a simple knife +1 though. You know, nothing killer as you can see. But yeah, so you take the knife and equip it.
Ezekiel will walk over to Forkuppa and kind of kneel down to get close to her level, and he'll hold out the amulet in one hand, and he'll say, "Can you look at this one too, little one?"
Forkuppa? Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. So if you want to, she'll ritually identify the rest of the items if that's what you guys would like to do.
Yeah,
Does
Lan will kind of step up beside Ezekiel, waiting his turn.
Okay, now this will take 30 minutes total. Just because it took 10 minutes for the dagger. So the amulet and the cipher will take 10 minutes apiece if she does it ritually. That gives the entirety of this time could be used for half of I think a short rest. Short rest would be an hour, so I don't know. So you guys figure that out if you want. Otherwise, I will reveal the other identified items if you intend to wait that long.
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay. All right. Now, as you identify the cipher for Kappa, this sort of illumination lights up on it as you complete the ritual spell on it, and it all the flash is in a wide radius, and all of you are instantly pulled into the spirit world, and you see a vision, this disjointed, shadowy figure commanding dark forces from this deep hidden lair, somewhere deep and secret in the spirit world. You get glimpses of these corrupted landscapes spanning um, widely, and these Malachi insects and other spirit insects sort of blanketing the entire area and sappening the veil itself. The cipher reveals a cryptic message next that says, "Seek the roots where the shadows grow, and you will find the heart of darkness." Um, Elias looks over, looks down. Shit. Malachar.
Who is Milakar?
Let's see. I'm gonna finish identifying the rest of the items real quick, and then I'll get on to that visitor. Alright. Let me get the freaking amulet shown. I think it's already... No, it isn't. That's the only one I don't have identified. I'm about to now. There we go. So the amulet should have its information as well. Let's check it out real quick. Elias's eyes narrow as he gazes at the cipher. Faint glow of the runes reflecting in his eyes as he sort of hesitates for a moment, as if weighing how much to reveal before speaking in a low, measured tone. Malachar. The name alone is enough to chill the blood of those who've heard it whispered in the dark corners of the spirit world. He is not of our realm, nor is he merely a spirit. Malachar is something far more dangerous. A being that exists in the shadows between worlds, where the light of the spirit realm and the darkness of the demon world bleed together. The air grows colder around you, almost as if the mere mention of the name has drawn something closer. He sort of pauses and looks to you all, giving you a chance to sort of digest everything, as I'm going to go get some water. Alright, I'm back. So, I'll give you a chance to look at everything. Elias says, perhaps the wisest thing to do would be to regather our strength. And I can fill you all in on what I know about Malachar.
Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated because, Mr. Hagenbach makes me charge at least 1 gold piece for every identification. But if you can at least let us know what's going on, I think I can waive it and not tell him. Yes? Call it
Pulls out,
even.
he pulls out 2 gold pieces. Just one. Oh, wait. Let's see. You did 3.
Yeah.
He pulls out a 3rd gold piece.
Oh, well. You don't have to pay it right now if you just explain what's going on. If you don't want to, I'll call it fair. And he's not here, so
Elias,
what he's not here for, he won't know.
Elias sort of looks at you and nods and then says, I operate off the honor system. You're going into considerable danger on my behalf, so take the gold, please. I don't want to have to remember the debt anyways. And he
Blush a
hands,
little bit, be like, oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it.
yeah, rules are rules, and your business is something I am trying to help protect. I am Whitmore's spirit detective. He hands over the 3 gold to you, gladly. All right then. So, would you like to do?
Well, do we keep going to the cemetery, or should we head back to town?
Well, we may get a more comfortable sleep if we actually go back to town. We're not too far away. We're only 15 minutes from Whitmore. We could probably go back and have the protection of the Twilight Bell. And if we need to rest and better prepare ourselves, because I gotta say that if that was a taste of what's coming up in the Trials land, then I think at least a rest overnight wouldn't be a bad call.
I second. I'm gonna be going Dwarven when we get back.
Lan is gonna kind of look towards the cemetery for a second, and then just kind of absently nod his head at Elias's words, and then he's gonna start walking back towards town.
He nods. All right, so you guys head back to Whitmore. Is that the plan?
Yes.
All right. So you get back, and the festivities are still going on. It's a you don't, and funny enough, you don't see many of the Makai insects anymore, as there were still some lingering around, just sort of hanging out on rooftops and so forth. But it seems like the Twilight Bell has um, had a jump in spiritual energy, and it's repelled the insects out of Whitmore completely. It also seems as if many of the people who experienced this have been sort of explained transparently what was going on and ensured them their safety by increasing the power of the bell as you return. So those are some things you find out quickly as you upon your return. All right. So do you go back to the tavern and get a room?
Four Couple will offer to let the people who don't want to or can't afford to stay in the tavern to crash in the magic shop, as long as they promise to not steal anything.
Well, I already paid for a week, and I can't even remember right now just how to get there.
Well, I have free board for now, so I'm good.
Yeah, you don't have to pay, Sienna. Yeah, isn't that a voucher for like a week? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yep, so you don't even have to perform like with your other thing, your entertainer for hire or whatever it is. I think bards have another thing, another skill where they can play. If they offer to play at a tavern, they'll get free, like a free meal and a free stay or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But you don't have to because you have the voucher. All right, so Sienna has herself a nice room with a lovely, comfortable bed. You went and checked it out earlier. It is quite nice. It's got a bit,
Lan,
it's got a bit more room than the common room, Sienna. So you're getting, it's not just a dinky old room that you have to stay in.
I think Lan is gonna follow For Cuppa to the magic shop and crash there.
Hey, don't forget there was a potion back there. Someone picked. Oh yeah, you just picked that up. Okay, never mind. Yeah, somebody picked it up. Okay, cool. So you go to the magic shop, crash out there. Okay. Elias comes over here and sits down with Gwyneth and kisses her on the cheek and sits down next to her and pours himself some ale from the pitcher that is in the middle of the table.
Are there any other bottles that I just splurge on laying around or sitting around any other tables?
Any what? Any bottles?
Yeah, but like the full a round of people.
Like half filled with like alcohol and stuff, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them around.
Just want to take one and go through our room trance after getting
Sure.
paid.
Yeah, nobody seems to mind as you do because you've paid for boarding, so nobody seems to mind much, pay attention much. Many of the patrons here are still cleaning up. All right, so do you guys go long rest?
How much is it for a single night in the tavern again?
Let's see.
Is it still the same night as to when we've paid last for room and board?
Yeah, it's still the festival. Festival prices are for the next 3 days.
Okay.
So a common room would be 1 gold piece.
Sure. Ezekiel is going to pay that, and then he's going to head up to his room.
Now the common room has several beds in it. I would say three. Yeah, 3 beds.
Is it shared with anyone else?
No, it's currently empty.
Okay, that's
So I mean, if you wanted a private room with 1 bed, which is much more cozier, kind of
Yes,
like
that.
the situation Sienna's in, those are 8 gold pieces per night.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Okay. So you pay 8 gold pieces, and you do get a very nice room. Um, Foot locker, put your things in. Has a writing desk, a window, um, blinds for the window, all the pretty good amenities. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
David would like to pay for his own private room, and he will head to bed.
All right, 8 gold pieces, and you are offered the same amenities. A very nice room to rest in.
Aspen's also gonna go with for Kappa and crash there at her store. With a promise of not taking anything.
You're the most comfortable doing that out of all of them. Um, since it actually kind of is more comfortable for you to sleep amongst the coolness of the ground, Aspen. So you don't mind at all. All right. So you all get a long rest. Go ahead and reset your stats. Okay. You guys get your long rest, and the next day comes around. What's the plan?
Taven's going to prepare himself and get his belongings together to head up north.
Okay.
I feel like Aspen went and close to try and find like a semi like wooded area to go find like food and like the there's any dead animals or just like the vegetation around, trying to find breakfast and just rations, food.
Okay, I mean, you're able to find actually quite a bit of things you could possibly eat to sustain yourself at minimum because of your form.
Is there an equivalent of the festival feast for breakfast?
Uh, let's see. Festival feast is 5 silver pieces. Yeah, that's still available.
Once we have a breakfast.
Now, if you order that here, that comes with unlimited ale or cider during the festival hours, which is for the next 2 days.
I think I'm just gonna stick to water right now.
Okay. Very well.
I know it's tweaking it a little bit, but can I infuse some things when we meet up with everybody again?
Sure. Many people are packing their things up, and Elias makes his way downstairs as well and having himself something to eat. As he sort of waits for the rest of you to come down and see what you're thinking.
So I probably would have seen Taven and just got a second plate, so I'll get his plate as well.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll message him and I got breakfast.
Oh. And Taven will head over this way.
Sydney.
All right. The couple begins to do some of her artificing in front of you. Oh, that's a good one. The mind sharpener.
Yeah, I thought it was useful.
Enhance defense, always good. It's basically a magic item.
And then
Well, they both are really, but the
'cause
returning weapon.
I can do 4 a day.
Yes, you can.
I mean, and it just stays until I die, or I put something else on it, or I put this ability towards something else.
Yeah, so you can't, like, for
4 a day.
example, so you can't do returning weapon on a different weapon and it still be on the previous weapon, right? I don't think it works like that, right?
Yeah, as far as I can tell for reading it, I can post the infused item thing, but it is so long.
Well, I mean, that's what I figured. There's no way you could just, because, I mean, you could eventually just have everybody's weapon infused. I mean, you can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be too
no,
OP.
you only get 4,
So,
and it
yeah.
only stays on it as long as I'm alive, or it's the only thing with that ability.
Got it.
We can
Okay.
move them around as we want to once per day, usually after the long rest, but it's what I have right now. For the abilities and stuff that people have, seems like this is the best use of them.
Okay, so for those of you that received an item from Forcuppa as you see her work her magic in person. It's quite interesting as she weaves it into the items that she is offering you. So don't forget that each of you has that infusion. I don't think this item doesn't require attunement either, so you guys will be fine.
And I guess I probably should have asked this earlier, but since I do have like the javelin attack, would I? It's safe to say I have like 2 of them just as ammo. Or
You're
do I need to go
supposed to have 10
get them?
javelins. No,
10?
5 javelins.
Oh,
5. No, I'm sorry. You're supposed to have 5 javelins.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that only applies to one. I will make it a special one, but like, yeah. I think I should have asked
Yeah.
that earlier about how many I had, but 5 javelins and then. Okay.
Should I just roll a d4? Oh no, 4.
Um. No, the item will gain 1d4 expended charges at dawn, if that's what you mean. It's already charged up with 4.
And fizzle.
I messed up. I can only do 2 a day, so not Aspen's. That's tomorrow. Just in
Okay.
advance, telling you right now, that's for tomorrow.
That's fine. Alright, so Aspen, no
Just to show you
returning.
guys how long the thing is. It
Oh
took
my
me a
God.
minute to try to figure out. I thought I had 4, but I can only do 2 a day.
Alright, I'll go visit Nina and get some weapons, and then we can do it tomorrow.
No, yeah, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. You infuse items, and if you die or change the infusion, then it goes from that infusion to the other item. So yeah, that makes sense. Sure. You'll be able to do more as you level up, I'm sure. So, okay. One object at a time, yeah. So that that says it right there, yeah. All right, cool. Very well. At least the infusion stays for a number of days after you die. So if they go on quest after you die, it could help in those ways.
It stays for the number of days equal to my intelligence modifier, which is currently 4. So
Yep, nice.
you guys can keep track of that. If I die, you can keep it for 4 days.
Yep. Pretty. I mean, it's something. All right, cool. Yeah, for a couple hands, you guys out some artifice items, and they resize to fit you, arcanely, just like other magic items.
Aspen's gonna walk back into the Hearthstone Tavern when everyone's just grouping back up. She's gonna be snacking on a rotten carrot that she found in someone's like compost trash thing.
Nice. Elias sort of looks over like, oh my god. Well, if it works, it works. Elias looks around to the rest of you and sends a message to you telepathically to all of you and says, well, good thing is, that bridge should be clear of spirits during the day. Cemetery's not far away anyways, so I think we'll have better odds if we just go during the day and then handle what's below the surface after we get there.
And time to charm. Everyone ready?
Yeah, I am at least.
All right, so amulet and potion handed out. Oh yeah, the potion was one of the items that got identified. It was a potion of greater healing. So whoever looted the potion has a potion of greater healing.
Would we want to give it to somebody who doesn't have healing capabilities at the moment? Because I can heal people. Lay on hands is healing. Yeah.
Ezekiel will walk over to Fissure and hand him the potion of greater healing. And as he's handing it to him, he'll put a hand on his shoulder and he'll say, "In case it happens again." And then he'll just give it to him and then he'll walk away.
Thanks, I guess. Is she big priest?
Okay. So, you guys group up. Have yourself some free meal to Sienna, of course. Free breakfast is served to her. Served to her in her room, so you don't have to eat it amongst.
We'll have
the-
to eat it amongst the peasants.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Mental note: never give any infusions to Sienna.
Wow. Guess I'm not giving any bardic inspiration to you either.
Aspen's gonna see Elias like looking at the carrots like, oh, I'm sorry, did you want some? I have more.
No, of course not. I already ate.
Alright, well just let me know. And then yeah, just continue just snacking up.
The captain of the guard, whatever her title is, Nina, would like to help. Could be helpful.
Oh, Nina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see Nina there. She's putting on her armor and stuff. Looks like she's suiting up for her shift. She's having an ale, one of those dark ales with her breakfast.
Thoughts, anybody? More power. More people to beat. We could do that, but like I figured maybe she sends some guards with us to help, like fight stuff and things. Just a thought. Are there any limitations to as many people, or how many people can help wise?
You're trying to recruit Nina. Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm gonna say sort of jokingly, not jokingly, like, I mean, I did beat her in an arm wrestling contest, so if she's the best they've got, I don't know how great the rest of them are gonna be.
Touche.
And if they're as deadly as they were last night, they'll want to bring in people who are not well equipped for it.
Fair, I'm
think it would be a bad idea to try to recruit her, but I just think she'd probably want to stay and do her job here where she's needed. Because, yeah, if we take her on, if she does happen to join us, then that would be taking the captain of the town guard from the tail. That wouldn't be great.
Just a thought though. We can move out. Haven't you been quiet? You coming with us?
All right. Taven begins to just sort of make his way out. What are the rest of you doing?
Is my voice still low?
It's a little louder.
It's at 110%.
Yeah, Taven, Kazir was kind of mentioning to you that you've been a little bit quiet. He was wondering what you were thinking about all this.
It's definitely odd, to say the least. But my main focus right now is to get to the Temple of Tides.
I see. Elias looks over at Taven. So is that where you plan to go now, or are you going to continue to help us? We could really use your abilities.
Well, I tell you what. If you agree to get me to the Temple of Tides, then I will agree to help you.
Temple of the Tides. All right. He extends his hand to you. I swear.
And Taven will extend back.
All right. He gives you a firm handshake, and he looks you in the eyes, and he nods. I haven't been in some time, so I don't know if the geography's changed, but I can find a way to get you there.
My ultimate goal is to master all four elements.
I see. Well, I can't imagine what that sort of effort must do to your mind as you prepare to undertake such a thing. Everything I've read about it seems quite physical, very stressful. So good luck to you on your journey. What is it? The path? Elias says.
Yes.
Very well. Well, I won't stand between you and, I won't stand in your path, I guess, in between you and what you want. However, if you'd be willing to go to Evanthorn, I might be able to get you a more direct way to reach the temple. Be it teleportation, if that's something you're okay with.
Very well.
right. He looks over to Lan and everyone else. Well, I mean, if you want to ask someone, or recruit someone, that's how you do it. But make sure you keep your end of your promise, as I will. He looks at Fizzier and some of the rest of you, and if you intend to ask Nina to help you, it wouldn't hurt to appeal to her in a similar manner. She gets paid enough by Evanthorn and Whitmore. She doesn't need money, so don't offer her that, Elias says. She won't even let you buy her a drink. I've tried. As he sort of looks to the ground.
Aspen's gonna be like, well, the sun isn't getting any brighter, and it's gonna head out the door. And wait for everyone to start moving.
All right. So Elias heads out as well. And what's the plan? Are you guys grouping up and I don't know what is the plan this morning? Are you heading back to the cemetery? Crossing the bridge in the daytime when it's safer?
I believe that's the plan, yeah.
Okay. Since there won't be any spirits around, can at least roll for natural encounters, because I don't know if there's any. Might be some owlbears or something running around. Let's find out. All right, you guys make your way back to the northeast, and begin to make your way out of Whitmore and around the 15-minute walk to the bridge. Right. So over the time that you travel, you do make it to the bridge, and um, it's much more natural in the essence. It's not that you don't see in the bright daytime. You don't see much of any activity. It's pretty clear skies on this end of the world. So you just pass over the bridge very calmly. Water's running very just at the same speed it was last night as you make your way across. All right, so you guys are making your way across the bridge. All right, and you come across eventually to this series of sort of these smaller buildings that are grouped up at the entrance to this rather large place for a cemetery. You see, there's a lot of buildings that you can see to the west of you, or you will as soon as I bring up the map. And it is in daylight mode, so all right. All right, so you're over here. So drop your tokens over here. As you enter this area. So what you see
Where's
is
the ping?
so as you enter the area, um, let's see. Hang on. I'm sorry. Go ahead, visitor. I'm sorry.
I just couldn't see the ping. My apologies.
No, you're good. It's can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right then. So you guys are gazing along. You see this sort of vacant lot there, and the air grows heavy with this palpable stillness, as if the world itself is holding its breath as you step into this cemetery, the once vibrant gathering um, of the gravekeepers that still remain around to tend to this place is eerily quiet and empty. No wind stirs in the air, and the trees that line the cemetery stand like sentinels with their sort of pine branches twisted and stretching. Not a single sound breaks the quiet. What do you wish to do? Do you want to go into initiative while you explore?
Yeah, it's a big one. Probably.
All right. Go into turn-based mode. All right, Aspen. Hang on. All right, Aspen. You're first. I think everybody's in initiative. Yep, you're first.
That was what. Okay. Now that I'm not muted.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm gonna look at the ground for like just tracks and movement, see if there was anything that came in or went out.
All right, survival check.
19.
So you do see a lot of different tracks. You see horse tracks and humanoid tracks that go to the we'll just say to the straight ahead of you, to the east, I guess. We'll go ahead and point to the east. So straight ahead of you, you can see along the way. It's a mixture of trail, humanoid. Um, you see some large beast like horse tracks. You see quite a bit of that. You see some tire trails for like but it seems like maybe a convoy or something, a cart being carried behind, perhaps. So you see quite a bit, and it's all going in different directions. But the cart tracks mainly stay down the middle. They don't split off into the northern parts where the cemetery seems to be as you look to the north.
So turn and tell the group. It's like I don't think anything like came through, or I don't see anything really disturbing through yet. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, Ezekiel.
Hmm. He's going to stand here, and the buildings that he can see in this general vicinity, he wants to do, I guess, a perception check to see if he notices anything strange or different from the buildings that they normally see in towns and stuff.
So perception check. Um, so the transparent things you see are windows. So if you can see through something that looks like it could be a door, that's actually a window.
Okay, I was freaking out for a second. I'm like, what's going on?
Yep, they
Cool,
added
cool.
they added windows, so that's cool. Nice little update. Ezekiel, you reach out to your senses. You don't get so much of a eerie feeling as you do as you're wondering why it's so quiet.
Okay. He's gonna unsheath his great sword just in case and rest it on his shoulder plate. And that's gonna be it.
Okay, Fazir.
That is going to be it for me, good sir.
Okay, Elias. All right, Taven, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move. And I'll end my turn there.
All right, Lan.
Get to right there and end my turn. Actually, I'm gonna 20. I'll dash and get to right there.
Okay, Sienna.
All right, let's see. Five, 30. I will use my action to dash, I guess.
Okay, as you look sort of at this building, you see. I mean, it's artistically. It should be artistically accurate. I mean, you see what you see. Your passive perception is good enough to sort of you can perceive what you see just fine.
Can I try to open this door?
It seems to be unlocked, so sure.
25.
The room here is pretty cold, only because it's sort of isolated. There's no windows or anything.
Okay.
But you do see some barrels and boxes to the south there.
Would that be an action to like look through them?
No, because well, no, you are. Yeah, it would be. So
Yeah, I use my action to dash.
It would be till if you wanted to go through the yeah, it would be yeah. So you found the
Alright.
room and you
Or
found
can I at least
boxes
see
and
if
barrels.
they're labeled at all, or they're just kind of blank?
Perception as you gaze upon them, see if you can discern in the room if there's anything. The boxes themselves don't have any particular labeling that stands out to you. The wood is various stain colors, of course, but that doesn't particularly um, doesn't mean anything to you really.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
All right, for Cuppa.
She's gonna follow after Sienna. Come on, there we go. 10, 20. I'll use my action to dash. Just keep 10, 25. It's gonna peek her head and be like, anything interesting? And that's it.
You can respond, Sienna, if you want.
Don't know yet. I will find out.
Aspen, your turn.
All right. Oops. Let's start walking. 10, 20, 30, and then use my action to dash.
He's like, damn, I'm getting mobile again.
For real though, this is movement and action, and I'm only that far.
Get
And that
mobile again.
failed.
Ezekiel.
Okay. 30. I'm gonna dash. 50. 60. From where I am, can I see anything peculiar or weird, I guess, in this building right here?
I'd say with what you can see with your vision is what you can see.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to make out finer details within those cones of vision, you could roll a perception check.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, you gaze in there and you sort of see this looks like there's this sheet covering something. Um, from here it looks like it could be a piano, but it could be boxes as well. You're not sure.
Okay. That will be it.
Okay. Azir, you're up. As you pass through the windows, you can sort of see through them. It's really cool.
That it is. Is there anything that I can find in these boxes, like potions or armor or weapons?
Investigation check.
It's wood. There's air in these boxes.
Um, there's more than that. You found this. You found this vial of this milky white liquid. It's sort of dusty, but you sort of clear off the dust off of it, and it's got this vial's like this milky white, and it's the vial that it's in is this very fine like crystal.
That will be it for me, good sir.
Okay. Elias. He is looking through here, not looting yet, but just looking through the room. Oddly quiet. I know the gravekeepers don't work at night, so that kind of explains why it could be empty. Still, stay alert. He says as he rounds the corner here. Saving, you're up.
Alright. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 100, 110, 120, 130 ends my turn there.
Hey, Lan. Might be muted. I think you are muted, but you spend your action to go there, right?
Yeah, action and then yeah, movement and then action to dash.
Okay.
Uh,
So sort of looking around, you see, so in front of you, Lan, you sort of, I mean, you see what you see. You see these tents that are sort of covering these, sort of look like where the grave, sort of where the gravekeepers keep, some of their, tending supplies. Like for the most part, you see bundles of tools and so forth used for, shoveling and things like that. Normal grave tending stuff, it looks like, in each of the tents that you see before you.
okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Sienna, hang on just 1 second. I'll be right back. All right.
I guess, are you ready now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess I'm investigating these boxes.
All right, investigation check as you look through the boxes and barrels. All right, 12. Okay. All right. So, all right. You're looking through it, and you find this really dusty old lantern, Sienna, that stands out amongst the rest of the stuff. You do find this. Um, you find a little sort of a smaller sort of lockbox. It's about palm sized, yeah. But you shake it and you can hear some currency rolling around.
Yeah. Too bad I can't unlock stuff anymore. But I guess you can take both of those, and I guess I'll turn to Fort Cuppa and be like, well, there's this lantern thing, and what I'm assuming is some money in this box, but I don't have the means to open it.
I mean, I can open it for you, or I can at least try to open it for you.
I guess I'll move closer and hand Fort Cuppa the box.
Okay, so for cover, she hands you the box, and is that your turn, Sienna?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, for Cuppa, so you receive the lockbox.
I'd like to use my thieves' tools to open it, or to try to open it. So would that be
Okay. Dexterity,
Dex
yeah.
or intelligence? Because I'm smart.
Actually, yeah, it would be with your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot better. Okay, cool. Let's
That's
do
actually, yeah, because you're an artificer and your thieves' tools are infused with your magic, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. So yeah, that makes
Yep.
it 0 to a 4. So all for
Yep,
that.
yep. Way better. And it's enough. So it opens up as the runes sort of softly glow on your thieves' tools as you successfully unlock it.
She's gonna smile and say to Sienna, it's just like Mr. Hagenbachendugga always said, if the door's unlocked, they don't really care about the items, and if it's locked and I can get in it, they weren't trying hard enough. So it's yours now.
Well, that's certainly one way to look at it.
Fort Cup is gonna be a little confused. Is there other ways?
We don't have to get into that now.
Okay. And that's it. That's my turn.
All right, so wait, do you just unlock it or do you look in it? I'm sorry, did I miss that?
I can look in it, yeah. Because I mean, I said I gave it back to her, but I can kind of peek in it and see what's there first.
You see a sizable amount of gold pieces, silver pieces, and one or two platinum pieces laying amongst the mix.
So, yeah, when she does hand it over to Sienna, she's like, "Congrats, got a lot of money."
Well, it's fine to giving some of it to 4 Kappa, but I don't know what the amounts are yet.
But yeah, that's the end of my turn. I'm done now.
Okay, Aspen. Takes a little while to count the money. I mean, but you have a fancy. All of you in this world own an arcane bank, so your arcane bank can actually scan over the gold pieces for you and produce the amount that's there without you having to count. Just letting you know. All right, Aspen, your turn.
Alright. Gonna keep heading towards these piles of what look like carts, or just these piles over here. Okay, 20, 30, 20. And just come over, I guess, to this one and try and pull off the covering to see what's
All right.
under it.
Okay, you don't even really have to make a check for that. You just pull it off, and you see these barrels of what look to be shovels and parts that look like they go to repairing wagons. And you see one barrel just purely full of clean horseshoes that are that look really new, like brand new. So it looks like what you see here is a lot of repair parts under this one, and shovels.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, Ezekiel.
Let's see. 10, 20, 30. I want to test this door to see if it's locked or unlocked. It is unlocked. Okay.
Let me see what. Yeah, if it's unlocked on the map, then let me just look at it and see if it has a trap. No, you're good. That door is unlocked. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So now you can see the room a little bit more clearly as the door opens, Ezekiel.
He's going to take his action to dash and get inside the physical house and to get a better view of its surroundings. Does he see anything besides the cloth that he didn't notice before?
You look to your right, you still see this these boxes and this large chest that the box is sitting on top of.
Well, I know what he's doing next turn then. That's my turn.
All right, Vizier, you're up.
That'll be my turn, sir.
All right, Elias. Taven, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move up to here and I am going to try to kick the door open.
Okay, sure. I mean, it's unlocked.
That's okay. I want to make a dramatic entrance.
Okay. So, all right, you hit the door, and it opens.
And I'm gonna look around.
All right, you sort of look around. You see a desk over to the north side there with a few books and so forth on it, and you gaze around. There's a chest in the room to the west, northwest or northeast. I'm sorry, and then a few other bookcases it seems, and another
Yeah.
door that sort of goes down to the south there.
Perfect. That'll end my turn.
All right, Lan.
Um, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. And that'll be my turn.
Right, Sienna.
I guess, do we know the money amount or?
You can spend. Yeah, I mean you can count it. So you scan over it with your. You open it and scan over it real quick.
Yeah.
I'll say that'll. I say that you're using an object because you're using your arcane bracelet to,
Yeah.
or
That's
whatever it is, your ring or bracelet, whatever it is, to scan the gold amount. So the amount is, um, right, um, 80 gold pieces, 175 silver pieces, and 2 platinum pieces.
I was gonna make a joke if there were any copper pieces and just giving four copper pieces, but I won't do that because I'm not that mean.
Bracelet has a way to transfer currency in such a way.
I know, but that's so mean.
However, yeah, that's what's there in that lockbox.
I will ask poor Cuppa how much she wants for opening the box or what she thinks is a fair split.
Is going to respond, "Oh, I don't need to. I just get joy out of opening the things. Mr. Hoggenbach and I always like the money better, so you can have it. It's okay."
You sure about that?
Yep, I just like being able to figure things out. It's good.
Well, I found this lantern here too. I don't know if it's significant, but I'd be willing to pay you to identify it, I guess, since you normally charge for that sort of thing.
I mean, sure, I can. I mean, I didn't charge for it, Mr. Hoggenbach. I can't even say his name today. I'm struggling. Yeah, like he's usually the one who charged it, but I can do it. It's like again, what he doesn't know won't hurt him, right? Can just do it for free.
I thought you were sort of the philosophy of where you can make money, you should.
Oh no, that's his philosophy. He's the one who always handled the money. I just did the jobs that he couldn't do, which were a lot. But yeah,
Well,
here, give
if
me
you
the
want,
lantern. I can identify it. It's
okay. I will hand her the lantern to identify. And I don't know if I can do like a secret money transfer to her astral bank, basically.
You cannot.
Ah, well, that's unfortunate. Why can't I do shady business? And that is good natured. Okay.
You can't.
Well,
You can't just give. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't just give someone money. Unfortunately, I mean, you
um,
can. You can't. Oh, like if they consent, sure.
well, I'll be like, well, if you change your mind, I am willing to pay you for your services because I think that's fair.
Oh no, I'm just having fun on this little adventure until Mr. Hagenbach gets back. And then we'll be back to charging everybody their regular prices that he likes. But until then, until I find him, it's fine.
Did you not see him there last night when you went back to your shop?
Oh no, he wasn't at the shop. He's been gone from the shop for a while. Don't know where he went. So that's why I'm kind of looking for him.
Seems a little worrisome.
Yeah, no, I'm a little worried, but he goes off sometimes. He usually tells me where he goes, but he could just have forgotten, or I forgot, which is more common. I forget when he tells me things that he says that I forgot anyway. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be okay, right? People always come back, usually, don't they?
Even though we're probably close to the same height, I'm going to pat Farcuppa on the head and be like, sure they do.
It always works out. He'll be all right. He'll come home when he decides to. And then I can show him all the stuff that I was able to sell, or I can't. I guess I can't show him if I sold it. But all the money that I bought, that I got from selling the things, it'll be fine. He'll be a little disappointed that it wasn't more, but it'll be fine.
I guess I will use my movement to leave this room.
Okay.
Feeling a little bit sad for Farcuppa.
Very well.
Uh, 15. There's a bunch of windows in here. 20, 25, 30. I guess may I do a perception check to see if there's anything, or I guess like if I consider these boxes in the corner worth investigating.
I mean, you won't have. Where it's daytime, you don't. I mean, you seem pretty cool. It won't. You won't even have to roll. But you can see there. I mean, there are closed. There are closed boxes. The one underneath that is rather large chest, a wooden
Okay.
chest.
Well then I'll. Are these stairs over here?
Yes.
Do they go up? I guess.
No, they go down actually.
No. Oh, okay. So hard to tell. I guess I do kind of look down from here, but I will.
If the head of the stairs get darker, it's typically down, like
Yeah.
from right to left or whatever. They're supposed to get a shade like a little bit darker to sort of portray that it's the floor
Yeah.
below. Yeah.
Well,
I
I
should.
will.
I'll put arrows on them though. That'll make it easier. I'll just put arrows on them in the direction that they're going. That'll make it easier to understand. All right, go ahead.
Um, I'll shout to Farcuppa. It looks like there might be some more interesting stuff over here, and I don't know where their stairs might lead to, but might be worth checking out.
All right, yep, we can do that. After, do you still want me to identify the lantern?
No, I mean, yeah, you can. I was just pointing out that there's more to explore, but I mean, if it takes a little while to identify it, we can put that off
Yeah,
later.
it's gonna take 10 minutes. I don't know if as far as a question for you, Cody, can we walk and identify things at the same time, or do you have to stay put?
You have to stay put. If you do it
Okay.
ritually,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, we're gonna be here for a bit. I mean, maybe if we want to, I can hitch a ride on Ezekiel and identify it then, because then he'll do the walking for me.
I mean, if you want to identify it that urgently, but it probably isn't that urgent of a matter, so if we want to just put it off to when it's a little more convenient.
Okay. And she'll offer the lantern back to Sienna.
Oh, I guess I'll take it then.
Okay. The lantern has this this glass. After you blow some dust off of it, and this small, ghostly blue flame is sort of just silently floating in the middle.
Oh, that'll be my turn.
All right, for Cuppa.
Since she said there was boxes over this way, she's gonna start making her way over. Probably not make it there because she can't walk very fast. 10, 20, but come next to Sienna and just be like, okay, point out which ones still locked. Let me know. I'll open it up.
Well, I don't know if they're locked yet, but there's boxes right over there, and I'll point to the corner, I guess. I guess we'll race to see who gets there first.
Gonna say that, and I'll use my action to dash and get closer.
Okay.
50 right here and just wait for her.
All right. Very well.
And then
Aspen.
All right. I'm gonna go up to this door, try and open it. It's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see those. 10,
Room's cool.
20.
This room has like a little kitchen setup going on. And this like a very messy looking set of mattresses to the south there. A few boxes right there too, next to the kitchen table.
Can I try and look through the boxes?
Yeah, investigation.
Yikes.
Okay, so you look through, you look at the boxes and they don't seem to be, they seem to just have like spices and stuff to cook with in them. But the bigger sort of platform below is actually, when you look closer, it's a table and has a few drawers on it. And you open up a drawer and you find this iron key, um, inside the drawer. Pretty heavy, old too. Has some sort of ornate design on it.
Can I look around and see where the key might fit around the room, house, little house I'm in? If it goes anywhere?
I mean, you see a door over there to the northwest. You're not sure if it's unlocked or locked from here, so it could go to that. But in the room, you don't see anything else that the key could go to.
I have 10 more feet of movement to right there, and that's where my turn will end.
All right, Ezekiel.
He wants to try. He wants to look at the chest under this box and see if it has a padlock on it.
You look it down. You don't see any sort of locks or anything. No.
Okay, he wants to open the chest then.
Okay. Um. The You found a set of rusty tools. Like you see this shovel, pickaxe, small hammer, and chisel, and all look this seem like they've seen heavy use over time.
to set the tools back in the chest. And he's going to walk out. 5, 10. 20, 30. And he already used his action to open the chest, so that's going to be it.
Okay, Fizzier.
Go. Decisions. I'm gonna go right there because I thought I might have seen something, but not sure. And that'll be my turn.
Alright, so Elias will head around here. I can't get that far. Right there. Alright, Taven.
Alright. He's gonna move there and look at the table to see what type of books and stuff are on there.
Let's see. Okay. So you're looking down, you see one of the books is actually open. You're not sure what the subject matter is. It seems to be a log, though. Like a timekeeping log of shifts between gravekeepers. Just at the page you're looking at, without investigating further. Off to the side, you just see some random tools and some ink and quills set off to the side. Some old quills that haven't been thrown away. They just set them there because they don't care.
Alright, Taven wants to like flip through the book just to see if there's anything else in there.
Alright, so you flip a few pages, and it's back-to-back shift logs, it seems. Just different gravekeeper names, ones that come on and go off at a certain time window. Usually 2 to 4 hours per shift. It varies.
Yeah. Well, I'm done with that then. Which way did you say that chest was? Is it
Right here.
alright? I have enough movement. I'm gonna move there, and I am going to check to see if it's locked first of all.
Okay, investigation check. Yes, it is locked. It has sort of like a padlock on it, made of iron.
Oh, can I try to break it?
With how are you gonna? Yeah, you just describe to me how you're gonna break it.
I'm going to attempt to use my hand of stone. I'm gonna summon up the ground and try to punch at it.
All right, you coalesce. All right, you bend the soil and coalesce it around your fist, forming the hand of stone. Go ahead and attack the lock. All right, fortunately for you, with 6 hits.
Odd.
All right, you break the lock and it makes a massive sound.
That's one way to open it. All right, I'm gonna open it and see what's in it.
All right, see a book, like a tome.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take it.
Okay. It's got a little bit of dust on it, but it's unmarked. Cover's unmarked. All right, so you have the tome. Anything else?
Nope, that ends my turn.
Land your turn.
Can I check this door for traps?
Investigation check. You're not sure. It doesn't appear to be.
Well, I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay, door opens, doesn't spring a trap or anything.
Does it look like anyone's been in here in a while?
Perception. Yeah, fairly. Yeah, recently. There's a half-finished bottle of wine on the table, still open. Um, you look around, it seems like a few of the chairs and stuff have been shifted fairly recently. The room is also pretty clean, so yeah, I mean, it looks like someone comes here often.
Do I get a sense at all that it's kind of weird that this place seems as empty as it is? I don't know what kind of check that would be. Like maybe
Uh,
like a hit,
wisdom.
wisdom. Okay.
Yeah, wisdom check, just straight up. Um, you recall Elias mentioning that the gravekeepers don't typically work during the day. And this is within Whitmore's like city limits, so typically there are this is within like the jurisdiction for them to guard, right? So no, but you know, for to be this far along and there be absolutely no person is still pretty eerie this early in the morning.
Gotcha. 5, 10,
But I mean, it
15,
is still
20.
you are awake earlier than most people get up in Whitmore, so you got to keep that in mind as well. That's also like a major could be a playing factor here.
All right, I'm gonna end my turn right there.
All right, Sienna.
Guess I will try to catch up and see if they're locked, I guess.
The
Or I guess the chest or box.
chest. Okay, investigation.
Who knows?
Yeah, you're not sure if the chest is locked or not. Below the box.
Can I just try to open it?
Yeah, you try to open it and you do. And there seems to be what is this thing? It's this small like carved wooden charm.
Is it like in the shape of anything in particular, or is it just a design thing?
It's got uh these arcane symbols on it, really intricately carved into the wood, and insinuating that it's perhaps runic at least. So it could be some sort of magic catalyst.
Hmm, cool. I guess. Was it just a chest, or was there another box? Or would that take another like action to look into that one?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So yes, it would take another action to do that, or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll show for Kappa the charm thing and be like, well, this is what's in here, and that'll be my turn.
For a couple wins. It's like, see, they weren't trying very hard to protect it. It's up for grabs. Is there
All right.
anything else in here, or you think we're good to go?
Well, there is that other box, I guess, and we could look downstairs.
Okay. Well, do we want to get everybody together first? I don't want to get too separated because, no offense, I don't think we're the heaviest of hitters here. Kind of vulnerable. So, might be best to try to keep up with everybody and let them know what we found so we're not caught off guard.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're in any danger right this second.
Okay. I mean, we're just taking stuff from people's chests, but okay. I trust you. And that'll be her turn.
Okay, Aspen.
All right. I'm gonna go up to the door and try the key. That's a pretty charm. Open it. Oh, it's just outside. Never mind.
Yeah, it's another door to the outside. But the key that answers the question that the key that you got is much bigger than a door that would fit in a door. It's pretty heavy, the key that you picked up.
All right. I'm gonna hold on to the key and then just keep going. That was like 5 feet. Not 10, 20, 30. And just. Oh, and then gonna dash over to these boxes. 25. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. So we technically are at the end of the session time. So you guys want to cut it here and then get back to it next week?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Cool.
As you guys are sort of making your way through, and I like this way better. I like turn-based sort of like this better. I think it's a lot more immersive. It makes the experience more personal. Each of you find different loot, and I think it's more fun that way.
Agreed.
So there you go. You guys survived the attack on the bridge as you attempted to make your way to the cemetery overnight. Fortunately, Elias held up his end of his duty, managed to save you all and bring someone back from the spirit world. So, given all that's transpired, we'll hang on to this, and we'll re-roll initiative next week just to make it fun, okay?
Roger, Roger.
And we'll continue with this stage of getting down to the spirit conduit to perform the wrapping for Lan. And yeah, so we'll call it there, and we'll meet next week.
Awesome. Have a good night, everyone.
Cool.
Thanks for the session.
Have a good Labor
Sounds
Day,
good.
everybody.
Fun.
Later.
Night.